All right, YouTubers. Didn't do much videoing on the prep of this thing because I don't know that you want to watch me sand and take a torch and burn bed liner off and curse whoever put it on there. But anyway, the black is all painted. To make matters even more fun, they had brush painted this boom. It was flat black and you couldn't really tell it. So when I went and sanded on it, there was brush marks all in it. So I decided, especially the flat side of the boom, to go ahead and sand those out, which took a couple hours. Didn't get all of them, but got 99% of them. So the bed, the boom, the bumper, the wheel lift, and I just sprayed the grids. They weren't really prepped. I sprayed them just because I had paint left. All that is painted. It's not, there was rust pits there I scaled out. I'm not big on putting filler in on those, so you can see them. I just painted over them, but there's no rust left. I scaled all it and ground it all. So there's the boom. Didn't turn out too bad. Had a little adhesive right there where someone put conspicuously tape, which is the red and silver reflective tape. Didn't get all that off and it stood up, but you know what? For what we're doing, this will be fine. It's just black Rust-Oleum, and I'll give you a little tip if you ever want to use this stuff. I paint some cars, so I had a little bit of clear coat left from a paint job that I did, and I'll put 2 or 3 parts of Rust-Oleum to 1 part of clear, and then use the clear hardener in it, and this stuff will harden up a lot faster, and it glosses out better, and it gives you a better shine, and more durability. And the thing is, the old Tractor Supply type paint, it don't do it with it too much. It's not near as good. The Rust-Oleum, I don't know, reacts better with that. So if you're going to use the mix of clear with the Rust-Oleum trick, Rust-Oleum is the way to go. It's about the same price as that old junk anyway, and it's way better paint. Dries faster, dries harder, and like I said, you mix a little clear and some hardener in it, and really makes pretty good paint. It's durable. It'll be on here for years. Anyway, so now next step is to get this red, the bodywork done on this red part, and we'll spray this red and mask up the truck and the boom and all that. Spray the red, and then we'll start putting the decking on this thing, and it'll actually have a wrecker. So next step, body work on the red, and we'll probably get it pretty straight since it is actually the body of the truck. I had to take a torch and inch for inch burn that bed liner off that bed, which really ticks me off because I already had it undercoated underneath. So now I'm gonna try and have to get up under there and try and re-undercoat the whole bumper. Not ideal, but I ground on that crap. It was like grinding on bubble gum. I went through $10,000 worth of damn sanding discs. So anyway, that's where we're at. A little bit of body work on this red and paint it, and put the aluminum trim here and there that we're going to use, and caulk up the cracks with the aluminum silicone, mount the lights, and you have a wrecker. One thing I did forget to do, I'm going to put some kind of round tube on this freewheel lever and extend it down here where I can reach it. My belly hits the truck before I get there. So thing about being fat. Anyway, I'll put my hand grip on there where I can reach it quickly. And that's not a big deal. We can touch that up. But anyway, everything else is coming along. Just there's a hell of a lot of work in that prep of that boom right there. I know it don't look like much, but I ground and sanded and ground and sanded, and the rear bumper was just as bad. Yeah, and it's looks like I expected. It's rough looking, but it's rust free and shiny. And these wreckers, I don't take them to a car show. So going down the road, it'll have a presentable appearance, and that's what we're looking for. So, and like I said, I will beat the crap out of this. From these taillights back of this wrecker will get a rough life. So I don't put a whole lot of care into, you know, ultra shiny, super high dollar base coat, clear coat paint on these rear bumpers. Just a waste of money. Now, probably 3 times a year, I'll DA that down with 320 and spray it again, and slowly that will fill up all those voids in that paint there. So anyway, that's where we're at. Hope everybody's having a good day. It's supposed to rain here, so I jacked up the hardener on this and said a prayer and sprayed it because I know it's going to rain tonight and tomorrow. So just trying to beat the rain. So if I get another 30 minutes or so of no rain, it should be okay. Like I said, worst case scenario, get a few water spots. Don't really care. It's rust free now, and it's got a half of a shine on it. So way better than it was. It'll last a long time. And I did weld a D-ring on here. If you've ever run a wrecker, if you say pull something out of the ditch, it's wrecked, it will no longer run on its own power, and it sets low to the ground, and you need to pull it right to your wheel lift, you'll find when you get close to your wheel lift, the angle of that cable going down to the ground will either tear up or at least scratch the shit out of somebody's bumper cover. So you end up with your wheel lift on the ground and wrapping chains around the wheel lift and snatch blocking or whatever, so you can get the car up to the back of the truck. If you run the cable from here down to there, put a snatch block right there, put this wheel lift right on the ground, you can pull a car right to the wheel lift grids, unhook it, and you can actually, what I do is freewheel the winch, I leave it hooked up, and I put the L-arms on, go ahead and raise it up a little bit, and then I freewheel the winch and unhook my chain without the car being on the ground. You raise it up a couple feet and you can see to unhook it. That's how I've done them, but I only did it for 11 years, so I'm not no expert, I guess. But anyway, that's how I do it, and I've towed a lot of cars. So those, in my opinion, ought to come on a rollback or a wrecker. Anything with a wheel lift and a winch, that should be on there from the factory, as you will use it a lot. So all right, that's where we're at, and there it is. Never be any shinier than that, and it is dry. I mean, it's dry to the touch, so that's about how it's going to stay unless rain comes and washes it off. So have a good day. Hope you're surviving, and hope everybody's healthy. Please like and subscribe if you can.